Hi everybody, my name is Cindy Crab and I am your growing emotional wellness educator here in Detroit. Here on my channel, this is a place for support for women and girls who are ready to understand their emotions, build healthier boundaries, and make intentional decisions that align with the life that they truly want to create. I'm currently in a season of awareness, a place to slow down, a time to reflect and better understand myself. And I hope that you guys are better to understand yourselves through my story. Because before we can change our behaviors, I recognize that I have to understand them first. Today's lesson is emotions are information, they're not your identity. This is something that I really want to share and express to everyone to understand that your emotions are not your identity. Emotions are information for you to use for the next step that you need to take for the life that you desire. Question of the day. Have you ever assumed when you felt fear, anxious or nervous that meant that you're not supposed to do something? It means that you need to literally stop what you're doing? I'm starting to recognize that every emotion does not mean a sign to stop. Sometimes an emotion is simply giving you information on what to do next. Something I recognize too is that I've been very consistent in journaling. I've been journaling every day and I can really see the results in my life changing majorly. Is that a word? Anywho, but I'm recognizing that my life is really changing for the better, and I really am just so excited of just the path that God has taken me on. Because at first it didn't make sense at first, and I used to rush through journaling. I felt like it felt like a chore while I was doing it. But what I recognized is that the more consistent I've been journaling and writing about what's going on in my inner self, I started to have a clearer understanding about what was going on in my inner self. Okay. Something that I really want to do when my daughter do get older, when she does get older, is that I really want to ensure that she journals. I want that to be a part of her routine, because I want her to understand her emotions clearly in everything that she does. I feel like a lot of times why a lot of things happens because we don't really slow down or have a place where we truly know where our destination is. That is why our minds be all scrambled and we're doing things that's out of the, I guess, probably ordinary, or just things that just that are impulsive. We're not moving with intention because we don't have a clear outcome of what we want for our life. And that's what something I noticed within myself, because the reason why I'm malfunctioning, crashing out, being upset, cutting up, and so on is because I did not have a clear direction on what I wanted for my life. But when I started to take that route to have clearer understanding of what I want, when I want it, breaking it down, simplifying it to my understanding, life became more clear and life became more it gave a more sense of joy in my spirit. I want people to really recognize too is that it is very important to show yourself grace and not judge yourself when emotion does appear. Fear is not failure. Anxiety is not a weakness. Feeling nervous does not mean you're incapable of what you need to do. You're just human. I'll bring this up too is because I recently just competed in a pitch competition where I pitched my idea of the vision that I have with Virtuous network. And when I went up there, I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous. I tried to play it off like I wasn't. And when I went up there, someone in the audience actually they what's the word? They saw I was nervous. Okay, they saw that I was nervous. And they said something crowd no, the guy that was that gave me the mic, he was like, "You nervous?" No, I'm good, I'm good. And a lady out there in the crowd, she was like, "Yes, she is." And then I'm like, don't do that, because I am nervous. I real life is nervous. Don't do that. You get up here. But I could have took that emotions and roll with it, be like, "Oh my gosh, maybe I'm not meant to do this. Oh my God, da 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 do do do." But no, I took that to my understanding to create a space to be like, okay, Cindy, you know you like doing this. In my mind, like, I know I like to be on stage. I know I like the roles of leadership. I know that I like teaching. That is something that I enjoy. But I'm still a beginner in this walk. And in order for me to grow, I have to do things out of the ordinary, to my understanding, to grow in the areas that I want to, what I want to do. But yeah, like I said, like before my pitch, I was terrified, okay? My heart was racing, my hands were shaking, and I gave myself grace because I knew this is something I genuinely wanted to do. And giving yourself grace doesn't mean allowing fear to control you. It means creating compassion, emotional safety for yourself, and understand what is happening inside you. Instead of saying, I'm scared, I shouldn't do this, ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to teach me right now? Your fear might reveal that you need more preparation. You need additional practice. You need encouragement. You need support. You need more experience on what you're doing. You are stepping into something unfamiliar. And I'm telling you, when I get off that stage, you will think like I was being chased by a bunch of dogs or something. I was really shaking when I got off that stage. I'm like, nope, I don't like this. So that means that I need to take this emotion and use it to my advantage to improve what I need to improve in. I know I enjoy doing this work, so I need to be consistent and growing and becoming, because I'm not all knowing. So I have to create that safe space for myself. Once you understand what this emotion is telling you, you can decide on how to respond wisely. Wisely, not based on your emotion. You're going to respond wisely. After my pitch, I could ask, what would working with a speaking coach help me? Do I need more opportunities on stage to practice just to get used to it? I'm most definitely going to be on more stages. So y'all going to see me. Should I practice my pitch more often? Would spending time around experienced speakers help me feel more comfortable? What could help my body feel safer in that environment? Maybe it's what I was wearing. Like, I did get a little annoyed because I didn't get to wear what I wanted to wear that day because like I had a busy day. So I was a little uncomfortable what I was dressed in. So maybe I can prepare next time when I get on stage, wear something more comfortable that I feel confident in. That is called emotional awareness. This isn't about controlling or eliminating every emotion. It's about learning how to respond wisely to the information your emotions is giving you. That is called growth. I ain't gonna lie, I'm clapping my own teeth because, baby, I wasn't like this a couple years ago, okay? But remember the life that you want for you. You have to remain connected to the life that you are building. That's why I truly believe creating vision boards is very important. Be intentional who you be around. You cannot have no naysayers, negativity around you, especially when you like first starting off. Like now, I could be around people and be like, okay, you don't see my vision because it's not for you. It's for me to understand. Because at first, I used to try to have anybody and everybody to be on the same page, understand what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, how it's going to get done, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The list goes on. But I told myself, in order for me to grow, I have to just grow and let the fruits of my labor show, okay? If you want to become a speaker, don't allow one nervous moment define your ability. If you know you want to build a business, don't let temporary uncertainty make the decisions for you. If you know you want to become more present, if you know you want to become more of a present parent, give yourself grace while you learn to build your schedule, your time blocking, and what you need to do. Because at first I thought I had to have everything perfect. But I told myself I don't know what I'm doing because I just started it. So how am I supposed to know everything what I'm doing when I just started doing it? Okay? Don't allow a temporary emotion convince you to abandon your permanent vision that God gave you. Like, don't do that. Like, live that fulfilling life. You know what's crazy though? I got a message too that I want to add that I came across to, and it says length of life is not the same as fullness of life. We all know that we have a expiration date. But just because you lived a long time don't mean that you was living a fulfilling life. A lot of people, they go without their visions and dreams being fulfilled because of the inner naysayer, the inner doubt and fear that they experience in their life. You have to be more intentional who you be around. You have to be more intentional of what you do each and every day. Like, it's up to you. It's not up to nobody else. And when I talk to y'all, I'm talking to myself. Like, it's really up to me to make the decisions I need for my life and what I know and truly believe that God told me to do. Ask yourself, when you are feeling an emotion, right? Ask yourself, what emotion have I been judging myself for feeling? Like, what is emotion that you feel like every time you feel it, you start feeling some type of shame or something about? What might this emotion be trying to teach me or teach yourself? What support, preparation, or practice do I need? What decision would I make if this temporary emotion were not in control? And what kind of woman is God building me to become? That's probably the first thing I highly recommend is just sit with God. Sit with yourself, whoever, whatever you decide to believe in. But anybody, if you're alive, you need to sit with yourself to understand what you want in your life, the things that you don't like, the things that your childhood or your past try to build you to be and all that. Sit with it. What you don't like, take it away. Things you do like, put it in and create a vision board for you to look at and be like, that is my end goal. That is the life that I want for myself. This episode did speak to you today. Share it with someone else who needs permission to feel their emotions without being controlled by them. And remember, emotional awareness is not about getting every response right. It's about learning to listen, respond wisely, and give yourself grace to grow. In conclusion, your emotions are information. They're not your identity. Stay curious, stay intentional, and keep growing. Thank you for being a part of my journey. In this episode, I'm your emotional wellness educator in Detroit, Cindy Craft. Have a good day.